not a door. It's a window I've never crawled through. Intentionally. "Weren't you in my class?" Martina continues. "I thought everyone read it." Once again, I'm put to the test, reaching the familiar crossroads of how forthcoming I think I should be. I love Jesus. I really do. But Jesus would want me to be cool. He'd want Martina to think I'm cool. Kingdom of the Pine was founded on a bedrock of practicality, after all. Which brings me back to this conversation and the sudden realization I've been standing in silence for way too long. I need an answer that will appease both a fellow student and the good Lord above. Struggling to walk the razor's edge between the truth of my deeply held convictions and the relaxed sheen of a perfectly normal girl. Not all Kingdom kids are weird. I fumble, struggling to craft an excuse and coming up short as my mind tumbles and churns. "My parents didn't want me reading it," I finally reply, submitting the truth and letting the chips fall where they may. "Magic, you know?" Martina's already enormous green eyes widen in shock. "Wait, really?" she blurts. Her expression is not what I expected, flooded by sudden excitement and genuine interest. I now realize she might be impressed by this moral objection, and my mind begins to race as I wonder if she's proud of me. Well, not prideful, but something like that. I've known Martina for a very long time, although we've only recently started talking in a meaningful way. Could she have similar convictions? Could this be the start of the deep, authentic friendship I've been hoping for? "That's fucked up," Martina finally continues, immediately prompting me to pump the proverbial brakes in my enthusiasm. "That's way fucked up, Rose. I'm sorry your parents are so crazy." I can't help nodding along, the muscles of my neck taking on a life of their own. "Yeah," I reply, rolling my eyes. "Way messed up. Parents, right?" The second these words leave my lips, I feel the deep ache of regret, a guilty pang that shoots down my spine as a sinful reminder. God's watchful eye has noticed. Martina smiles, though, and suddenly this regret is met with something else. A surge of joy that counteracts the holy venom like Anavip through the bloodstream of some poor soul who crossed a Pentecostal pit viper. I've got to pull back on the snake handling. "All right, see you at the bottom," Martina says. My friend promptly turns and breaks into a run, sprinting with her bare feet across the short, rocky runway. It's as though the frozen universe has started rolling on again, the rustle of the trees and the splash of water far, far below, filling my ears. The other kids who've gathered around these cliffs watch in amazement, their hair wet and stringy as towels drape across them for a fleeting moment of dryness before the next brave leap. Everyone here is used to jumpers taking their time for a big show, standing at the edge of the cliff for a good while and gazing down as though considering their surrender. Of course, once they've gotten to the rocky ledge, they rarely back down, and everyone watching knows this. It's all part of the performance. A temporary ringmaster gathering as many eyes as possible before rushing to the edge and hurling themselves over. They tumble down into the cool water below with a mighty splash, followed by excited cheers from their temporary but adoring fans. Martina doesn't need any of that. "Fuck!" she cries out as she springs from the rocks, her body rocketing forward while arms and legs continue pumping in the air. I can see the exact point that gravity catches hold of her body, gripping tight and then yanking downward in a sharp change of trajectory that would make Newton proud. I lose sight of Martina's long strawberry curls as she drops, but I'm too frightened to rush to the edge and witness her plummet. Seconds after disappearing from view, there's a loud splash, followed by a joyful eruption from the crowd. Their applause carries out through the forest around us, washing through the trees like audible water. Carefully, I creep to the edge and stare down into the swimming hole that lies below. The dark water